Just to be clear, I'm not Canadian. My name is Finnegan Timothy O'Malley. Clearly, my mom named me to be an alcoholic by 21. My friend Jackson is taller than most of them there, mainly because Jackson is a 5'4" beast. When we walk in there, we're forced to wash our hands like we're carrying a disease. And then we have to eat food that expires in 2 days because we can't waste.
Wow, you are a dumbass retard, Red Band.
Let's start things off by talking about the newest Golden Ticket winner, Chris Silio, a 10-year veteran of the game and a blind comedian. A person with a disability who does well on stage will always have Tony Hinchcliffe's heart, but it was also awesome to see somebody who was clearly a fan of the show get their moment on a show that they've been watching for years.
So what else, Chris? What are your, now that you're here in Austin, what are your goals?
To do this, man. I want to do this here.
Yeah.
But when I went blind, I was just sitting at home in the dark, listening to Kill Tony and shit. So ever since then, I wanted to fucking do this. OG belly room Kill Tony, dude.
Say that again?
OG belly room Kill Tony.
Wow. Amazing.
Chris's set was extremely solid, talking about his condition and all the problems that come with it, but from a unique perspective.
Fuck, I hope this is real. What a hilarious prank that would be. Chris, it's your big break. It's Kill Tony. It's an empty warehouse. Man, my last roommate sucked. He just didn't really care about personal space. He would always hang out in my room. So every time I'd go to jerk off, I'd have to be like, hello?
The way that he formed these jokes were that of a comedian with confidence, a 10-year veteran, somebody that deserves their golden ticket. He did a great job of playing to his strengths there on stage and making sure that he was going to leave there with something. The funniest moment of his time on stage was at the very end of his set when he goes to face Tony Hinchcliffe and he turns the wrong way.
Yo, can I cut you off? I'm the other way, buddy. I'm over here.
Shit.
The thing with Chris Silio is he is so uniquely himself and talked about his own personal experiences, and that is what got him the golden ticket.
Chris, it has come full circle for you, my friend. You are indeed the newest golden ticket winner here on Kill Tony.
Charlie Mack came out, delivered a really solid set, and then he gave out his children's book to Tony and Red Band and Carrot Top. He read out the first page of the book, which was titled Fuck Them Kids. And the first page of the book said, "To all the pedophiles, I'm sorry for the misleading title." And that, my friends, is hilarious. Great stuff. He's a true professional. He makes his living doing stand-up. And if he's somebody that appears more often on the show, is somebody that I could see definitely bumping up this list. But he had a great interview. He had a great set and is somebody to keep an eye on in the future. JJ Alexander, Kill Tony's newest golden ticket winner, followed Sarah and absolutely murdered with 60 seconds of self-deprecating humor. Alexander had really solid stage presence and facial expressions. He seemed like a true professional. He's been in the game for 5 years and moved to Austin with his buddies 4 months ago. He really seems to have a drive to be great at comedy, so it'll be fun to see more material from him.
I know the glasses are a good disguise because I have to use my glasses as a disguise every single day. Like with my glasses on, oh, this is like a kind of cute, nerdy guy. Glasses off, I look like I eat crayons for the flavor. Glasses on, history teacher with autism. Glasses off, Matt Damon with Down syndrome. Glasses on, kind Chick-fil-A manager. My pleasure. How are we doing tonight, folks? What's going on? Glasses off, Arby's manager.
When he wrapped up his set, it felt like I just watched a regular on the show or someone who is a professional full-time comedian. So it wasn't a surprise to me when he got the golden ticket. Alexander kind of breaks the mold of the more recent golden ticket winners, getting it awarded to him pretty much exclusively based on material. He wasn't playing a character, he didn't have a wacky interview, and despite what he might have said in his set, he doesn't have any type of disability. Alexander was just a real hardworking comedian who came across as likable and got recognized for his good material. Mason Bird hit the stage, the latest golden ticket winner. Bird has had some unreal luck lately, being pulled from the bucket 3 times in the last 2 months, I think. Every time Bird performs, it always seems to be on episodes where the bucket is having a down night, and he always ends up being a highlight.
I got on a Lime scooter the other day, and I drove like 2 or 3 feet, and the bike stop, and it was like, hey, just so you know, only one rider per scooter, please. Has anyone ever had to press a button to confirm they were an individual? It's like, I know the exact moment I needed to stop riding the bike. I drove by a black woman. She was like, oh, hell no. I went to Europe, and I saw the Mona Lisa. This Korean couple walked up to me. They're like, hey, can you take a photo of us? And I was like, sure. And I thought they want to take a photo like them and the Mona Lisa, but they want to take a photo with me. I look like World War III propaganda. There's photos of me in North Korea. This is democracy. This is freedom. This is McDonald's. Wow.
His minute was the best on the show, and his hard work paid off as it got him a golden ticket.
How many times have you been on this show?
3
times. And you're constantly getting better. It's absolutely incredible. I really love your style, and I think I want to see more of you. So I'm going to make you the newest golden ticket winner here. You, my friend, have done it. That's it right there. A golden ticket for Mason Bird, everybody.
Bird is such a likable presence on the show and is someone who I've enjoyed seeing the evolution of. He's a unique golden ticket winner, having had 3 appearances before getting the distinction, but it definitely is well earned. Every time he's been on the show, he's been the best bucket pull on that episode and has been among one of the best bucket pulls for the month. I have Kansei Yasuda, and he talked about the difference of English Kansei and Japanese Kansei. The Japanese version of him is more of a pervert. His closing bit was the best when he said when he's having sex in Japanese, he says, I have work tomorrow. The ramen place that he frequents that his girlfriend works at blew up, and Tony read some reviews, most of which are people saying that their friend Kansei or their friend Tony sent them to this ramen place. He mentioned how his girlfriend is kind of getting noticed because she's the only half Filipino in the restaurant, and it's easy to notice her. And Tim said maybe for some people, which is hilarious because, yeah, I don't think I would just be able to pick a Filipino out in a sea of Asians either. The second notable bucket pull, I should say, was Isla. I'm going to have to go back and see how to pronounce her name, who is a member of the Kill Tony production team and is now the most recent golden ticket winner.
Oh my gosh, it's bright. It's a lot of light. Shout out Thomas Edison. He would have loved fleshlights. I don't know, like a guy isn't gonna tell you, but I know I'm not good at hand jobs just because all my protein shakes are clumpy. I want to get better, so I'll just watch porn, but for educational purposes, obviously. And all I've learned is that I like incest porn, because at least they love each other, right? And it sucks being a romantic, because I won't see red flags in guys. I won't see a guy with dyslexia. I'll just see a guy who knows a little bit of German. I won't see a guy with anger issues. I'll just see a guy who can protect me from drywall.
She had really solid stage presence, and Tony really hyped her up and said that she could be one of the biggest female stand-up comedians of all time.
You love it?
Yeah, I love
This is what you want to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do, Aya? I'm going to consider you the newest golden ticket winner on the show.
Thank you.
22 years old, you're here in the comedy capital, you're part of the Kill Tony unit. I just don't see how you're not going to end up being one of the biggest female stand-up comedians of all time.
And that was Aya. I love a clean minute on one premise that is really well constructed, and that is what Aya's minute was here. Great stuff from Aya. Hope to see her again soon.
I feel like some Jehovah's Witnesses are just registered sex offenders who got really nervous at the last second. Have you heard of the child that was touched by God?
I have Jack Shaw. He did a minute about trans people. He talked about how his dad is always messing up their pronouns, and when he finally got it right, he said, I hate them. Unlike his father, said he understood the position of trans people because he said, I also want a new dick, and he gets it. And Greg tried to bring that up in the interview by saying, that's got to be the only good thing about your body. And Jack, said, what do you mean you're not trying to be mean about that? You look like you have AIDS.
I feel like if you had a nice dick, it would be the only really good part of your body.
Yeah.
You're just sort of mushy. I don't mean that in a mean way.
You don't mean that in a mean way?
No.
He's like, well, going after us tonight.
Fuck you, dude. You look like you have AIDS.
Oh my God, Jack Shaw.
Let me tell you
Oh my God.
Sassy Jack going back and forth with Greg Fitzsimmons and Tony Hinchcliffe was a good look on him. You know, something that he hadn't done before, and I thought was pretty funny. He did mushrooms with his girlfriend. He did them out on the beach. Tony said, which beach? Tony said, oh, that's right on the ocean. And Jack said, that is where the beach is, Tony. Jack was putting Greg and Tony in their place. Similarly to Collin Sledge, every time Shaw performs, I always end up wanting to hear more stuff from him. He did 60 seconds on Roadhead, and this bit worked perfectly for Shaw's persona on stage.
And if you ever are offering someone Roadhead, don't offer them Roadhead, because we can't say no to that. It's like offering a coke addict cocaine. It's like, yeah, of course I want the blow, and that's a pun. But I'm panicking, because that's what happens when you get Roadhead, because people can see you. So you're just sitting there fucking trying to make like you're just driving, and there was a UPS driver who pulled up next to us, and you know they have the big mail trucks, dude. And he's looking at me, and he goes... And that's when I learned I come from positive affirmation. Oh, clap! Stop! Stop, please stop clapping!
Tony shared the same thoughts during the interview, which was funny as Shaw played it off like he's a cool guy.
That type of bit plays right into your awkward, nervous neurosis.
What are you talking about? I'm like a cool guy. I'm like a cool guy. Yeah. Well, go ahead, Andrew.
Shaw's also been great with the panel lately. He had a great moment with Greg Fitzsimmons last time he was on the show, and this time he had another great back and forth with Jimmy Carr.
You have a very cartoon vibe.
Oh, okay. Have you seen your face? It is. It is
Actually pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Tony, you stay quiet over there. It's just me and Jimmy now.
Okay, Jack.
Okay, never mind.
Very
All
good.
right.
He closed things out by doing what helps his anxiety, which is jazz scatting, which was made as funny as it was obnoxious because of Tony complaining about how he can't handle Jack for more than 5 minutes. Pissy Tony was out in full force early, and he did not go away for the remainder of the episode.
Jack's one of those guys that I can really only handle for about 5 minutes, and he is literally at 4 minutes and 51 seconds on this stage right now, and I can just feel it creeping on. Like, I kind of get sick of him. Wow. Unbelievably stupid.
Shaw is uniquely himself and always makes me laugh because he's not afraid to take risks or do things that may get on Tony's nerves. This was another solid appearance from Jack Shaw. The show opened with Mr. Collin Sledge, who I really enjoy. His delivery and his cadence is very Anthony Jeselnik-esque, but his jokes that he delivers in this calm demeanor almost makes him a little bit scary, but his scariness and his awkwardness makes it funny. He discussed how it was tough for him to talk to girls when he was younger, and his dad said, you gotta remember, girls are more afraid of you than you are of them, which was a great joke for his persona and for his character that he's trying to portray on stage, because just those words coming out of his mouth felt so eerie.
My dad used to tell me, it's important to remember that girls are more afraid of you than you are of them. Like one time my parents found this girl's panties in my bedroom. My dad confirmed, he's like, so you think you're a girl, huh?
I'm a big fan of Collin Sledge and just his style of comedy. His delivery and his cadence are perfect. I truly think Sledge is one of the best performers on the show at the moment. He's been consistent in his craft and truly has never had a dull 60 seconds. Typically, Sledge is one to use self-deprecating humor during his minute, but not this time around. He rapid-fired several jokes, including a great one-liner to start.
I need a paralegal titties to suck on. I feel like the check engine light has very feminine energy, you know? It's like, something's wrong. What's wrong? Well, if you cared, you would already know. My girlfriend thinks The Godfather is too long, but her story about when her coworker was bitchy to her 2 years ago the perfect length.
Although Sledge didn't touch on his eerie demeanor during his set, it was hard to avoid during the interview, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's one of the things that gives his persona a bit of a likability factor. At one point, Tony pointed out that some people are good at the set and bad at the interview, and Sledge might just be one of those people. And one of the things that makes Sledge so good is that he took this as a challenge and came up with a bit and proved Tony wrong, making the crowd laugh.
You are one of those great at the set, and then it's like talking to a giant 5-year-old.
I went to the sex museum, made me never want to have sex again.
Why?
Because it was gross, it was weird. I did a 4D thing where like the chairs are rocking and it sprayed water in my face. I think you go into a pussy and it sprays water in your face.
There it is, that's how it goes.
Should I have opened with that?
The interview wasn't necessarily awkward because of Sledge. I would argue that Tony made it awkward and didn't play to Collin's persona. Every time that Sledge is on, I always end up hoping that we see him more often. Hopefully he gets more spots in the near future. Timmy No Brakes came in like a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble and popped the crowd and surprised everybody. When he came back and did what he does best, and that is absolutely murder a room.
I think he deserves something a little more. That's like a negative horn you're giving. It should be like a ba-da-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Tone, no. Give me a D.
You give him a D. Give him a D.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a D. That was a D. They nailed that one that time. That was a D. Slide into my DM. I had Hillary Duff slide into my DMs. More like Hillary Muff. That bitch has a vagina.
When Timmy No Brakes came out, I was a little bit shocked, I won't lie to you. I saw the YouTube comments saying that Timmy No Brakes was going to be coming back in 2 months. Tony gave him a real nice intro and said that this man is undeniable pretty much and that he may be the next big thing.
This is only his second appearance ever on the show. A disruptor of the force of natural moving comedy. Some people are saying the next big thing. I present to you the long-awaited return of Timmy No Brakes.
And that is huge for Tony to say, especially after his first appearance on the show, where Tony didn't really give him much, but he's willing to bring somebody back when the fans want them and when he could be a draw. You got to give Tony Hinchcliffe credit for this. Either himself or one of his interns reads the comments for him so he knows what the people want to see. And by the end of his set, Timmy No Brakes was officially named the most recent golden ticket winner of the show.
Timmy No Brakes. Let it be known that at this moment, I am, without a doubt, registering you, and you don't need it. You are the newest official golden ticket winner of Kill Tony.
Before we talk more about Timmy No Brakes and his set and what makes him just so special, here's just a tiny bit of a look at what Timmy No Brakes brought to the stage on Monday.
Who's ready for the best fucking minute of their lives? What do you do for a living? You're a student? Not what I'm looking for. And you, what do you do for a living? Time check? I'm just trying to find a natural way into this fucking sushi chef joke. Does anybody work at an airport sushi restaurant? I mean, I relinquish my time.
Wow.
It's hard to explain just why that kind of set would be hilarious, but where Timmy No Brakes shines is during the interview. He started off hot by telling Tony that he wanted Dane Cook on the panel for his return to the show, but instead he got Ryan O'Neal and Chris O'Connor, and he looked at Ryan O'Neal and asked if he was indeed that man and gave him a photo of his niece's volleyball team.
I told you I wanted Dane Cook.
You have to settle for Chris O'Connor and Ryan O'Neal tonight.
You're Ryan O'Neal?
Yeah.
This is for you. Got your ass! That's a picture of my niece's volleyball team. Oh, roast this man!
Very Casey Rocket-esque here. This was a very funny moment, but not even the funniest moment from the interview. He had a funny interaction with the band. Whatever Timmy asked for, Timmy got. Tony Hinchcliffe is giving Timmy No Brakes complete creative control. He was calling for spotlights. Probably the highlight of the night for me was when he told Tony that he thought that he had what it takes, and he invited him to open for Timmy No Brakes at the Lucky Duck open mic.
I think you have what it takes. I don't. I want you to open for me at Lucky Duck Open Mic.
Lucky Duck Open Mic. No ceiling, no audience, and no breaks.
Yeah.
There was also a moment in the show where Tony asked him where he was from originally, and Timmy No Brakes said that you already asked me that, and then Tony asked what he missed from New Jersey. He missed the mornings, and during this part, he almost breaks.
Fucking walking up to bitches saying, hey, bitch!
And then at the very end of Timmy No Brakes' set, Tony asked, is there any questions that you have for me? And then he hit Tony with the question that Tony hits every single bucket pull out of anything in your entire life. What's the most interesting thing about you? And Tony couldn't answer the question.
Take your entire life, Tone. What's the most interesting thing about you? Go.
Probably that I'm...
It's not easy, is it, bitch? Yay.
Couldn't have been any better. Like I said, it was almost like a WrestleMania type of return, Royal Rumble return that you don't expect, and something that really saves what otherwise would have been a real bad show. But Timmy No Brakes is a show stealer, and people will tune in just for this man. And I'm excited to see where his career goes because this kid has something. I don't know what it is, but he has it. Perhaps the most fun part of the show was the final pull from the Legends bucket, which belonged to Timmy No Brakes. This was an absolutely legendary setup. The way that he always incorporates something from the show in his act is hilarious. Asking Tony if he's ever kissed a boy and seeing if anyone in the crowd would like to do it was killer. I also love how he commands the stage, leads the band, and uses jokes, running gags, improv, and props all as part of his act. He is a jack of all trades and a master of every single one of them. A comedian who never underperforms was the show's closer, Timmy No Brakes, the shining star of the Kill Tony universe at the moment. Tony gave him a huge intro and hype package before bringing him on stage, and absolutely none of it was a lie.
The vanilla gorilla is not here. All my stars are far away in the galaxy on this night, except for one, who I believe is the next big superstar of the Kill Tony universe. I've been doing this 18 years. He blew my fucking mind on the road doing these longer sets. Pure thunderbolt of momentum on a one-way trajectory of wild success. The third ever appearance by the one and only Timmy No Brakes.
There's never been a comedian on the show like Timmy who I genuinely get so excited to see once I hear his name get called. He's truly an enigma. Timmy was as good as ever during his minute, pretending to tell William Montgomery jokes.
William isn't here, so he sent me his jokes. Elon Musk said in an interview this week that AI will replace Mexicans by 2028, to which Mexicans said, ay, 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 ay. This one just says, Tony, moving forward, can I go by Clifford the Big Red Angry Retard? Okay, Vietnam invaded Italy this week. When asked why, they said, forget about it. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk, nope, let's...
He also listed things off one by one like William Montgomery does, which was a great moment of his interview. Timmy wrapped up his time on stage the same way William would have, by taking a stab at Red Band's mom.
You are that guy right now. You are the fastest rising stock in the show.
Are you trying to fuck me right now?
No,
What's going on?
No, I'm trying to have you...
Okay, well, William did give me a list. It was Epstein's list. Britney Spears! Oh! Raven Simone! That's actually so Raven. Oh, that's actually the victim list. That's fucking weird. It says The Madness times 500. They probably sounded 19, you know? Am I right? Am I right? They did an op-ed. I think Vulture.com was there. They did an op-ed. I think Red Band's mom was there. She did a fucking op-ed on my fucking car.
Timmy No Brakes, ladies and gentlemen.
I saw a comment on this episode that said Kill Tony not having a set group of regulars on the show has been such a refreshing change, and I agree completely. Seeing all these different faces and new stars being made has been a real treat as a fan of the show.